It has almost been 3 months since the Milwaukee Regional Championship, and for some reason, it's taken me that long to make a video about how I did and what happened. So my goal, it was my first ever regional championship. It's actually my first ever Pokemon event that I've ever done, that I ever went to. My goal was to go 4-4. These are the 6 Pokemon that I brought: Miraidon, Calyrex Shadow, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Urshifu Rapid Strike, and Clefairy. And we're going to go over their moves, why I brought them, and how I did. And let me just tell you, I would go into like a lot more specifics about the games, but honestly, it's been 3 months. I didn't write anything down. I honestly figured I would have made this video the week after the tournament. You know, maybe if I did better. I didn't. All right, we'll just start. I went 5-3. I had to go 6-2 to make day 2, but I went 5-3. So that's what we'll start with. Just how I did. I went 5-3. I had to go 6-2 to make day 2, which was better than I thought I would do, especially with the prep that I did. Entering this tournament, I did a lot less prep than I should have done. I mean, I really struggled with finding 6 Pokemon that I liked. And even at the end of it, I felt like I didn't pick the right Pokemon. But I guess you can say that once you get eliminated. But I'm not here to say that I lost to luck, because I would say during the tournament, I was more lucky than I was unlucky. And I would also say it's probably the best I have ever played. It felt like I was doing stuff to get myself in winning positions most matches. We'll go over why most. So first we'll go over the team. Let's start with that. So it's been 3 months. I didn't literally have done nothing. I haven't made a script for the video. I don't have a name ready for the video. I just decided today that I would finally just record, now that I'm 100% done moving. So we got here Miraidon. He, as you can see in the bottom, he is Terra Electric. We'll get to that in a second, because this is a very different Miraidon moveset than it is normally. So the reason I went with Miraidon is because during Regulation G, my restricted for every, the online tournaments that they have, the global challenges, or grand and global challenges, I always went with Miraidon. I didn't ever do that well. I actually really struggled with Regulation G, which was also my first full regulation. So I have played competitive Pokemon for less than... I started in September, October of last year. It was probably late October or early October. So I have been playing for Pokemon at the time of the tournament for like half a year. A little more than half a year. And I decided to go to a tournament. That, by the way, was a 20-hour drive away. Because I live in Florida, and Milwaukee is in Wisconsin. But the reason that I decided to go there, the only tournament I went to, instead of the Atlanta Regional, which was much closer, or the New Orleans Regional, or the New Orleans International Championship for North America, was because I'm from Wisconsin, so I got to go up there and see some family. So that's nice. One day, I'll actually get to explain the team. I really needed more of a script. I'm bouncing around from topic to topic. All right, we'll just go over the team. So obviously you got Miraidon with the max speed, max special attack, and 4 EVs into HP, with the moveset Discharge, Protect, Electro Drift, Draco Meteor, and is holding the item Life Orb. So originally I went with Specs. Specs was what I was gonna run. for Miraidon because it's most people use specs, but I just I didn't like it. I felt like I was getting wide guarded if I was clicking Dazzling Gleam or it, Electro Drift with specs just wasn't doing enough when I needed it to. So I felt like Life Orb really wouldn't, and with Life Orb you can protect. And Miraidon is gonna live one hit most of the time, anyways. And the Life Orb, it really won't live more than 2 normally. So the Life Orb really doesn't do that much to change that. Obviously, there's a reason Miraidon uses specs. It is better in some cases. I definitely had some times that I wish I was specs during the tournament, but more often than not, I found I really like being able to switch moves. Especially because of the amount of times that I would switch to click Draco Meteor. Draco, I didn't miss a single Draco Meteor the entire event, which is kind of crazy, come to think of it. I probably clicked the move about 20 times and didn't miss one. Which is, I mean, there was some games that it came in clutch. But that's Miraidon. On to Calyrex. Obviously, I think Calyrex normal. It has 2 items that you normally see, is Life Orb and Focus Sash. I went with the Focus Sash item instead of Life Orb. Originally, it was Life Orb. It was Life Orb, Calyrex, and Specs Miraidon. But I don't know. I just liked Focus Sash more. I don't like the idea of being able to be one hit. But we went max speed, max special attack, and I also think it's 4 into HP. I made this team 3 months ago. I really don't remember. But with the moves Protect, Encore, Psychic, and Astral Barrage. And Terra Ghost to do more damage, just like Miraidon. It's just to do more damage with his signature moves. And Miraidon and Calyrex are a okay pairing. They're definitely not the best pairing, but I wasn't going there. I want to prove people wrong, because I saw a lot of people while playing on Pokemon Showdown disrespecting Miraidon and Calyrex Shadow as a duo. And I legitimately think they could win Worlds if the right person was piloting the team. I'm not that person. So it was, but basically Calyrex just does a lot of damage and it lives one hit. And that's what it's there for. That's what that's what I needed to do. Alright, on to the Whimsicott. Whimsicott's item is Covert Cloak, allowing it to not be faked out. I really wanted to go Mental Herb and then run Terra Fairy instead, but in practice, it just didn't work for me. So I did end up going Covert Cloak. It is max HP, max speed. And I think 4 into special defense, so it takes Astral Barrage a little better, because my team isn't the greatest against opposing Calyrex teams. But I think the last 4 should be in special defense. So we got moves Encore, Moonblast, Tailwind, Fake Tears. This wasn't originally Fake Tears. Oh, what did I change? It was light screen during the event. It wasn't Fake Tears. I swear. It's Fake Tears now because I have been using a different team with the Whimsicott on it. Whoops. But obviously Prankster Encore is crazy. It, allows you to lock your opponent into any move that they use, as long as they're not a dark type. Moonblast is there for some chip. I think I picked up a couple KOs with Whimsicott during the tournament. I really don't remember, but I think there was a round where I clicked Moonblast into a Koraidon in it, and it just got evaporated. Tailwind for speed control, because obviously I went for a fast team. And then it was light screen to reduce special attack damage. And now we are on to Incineroar, which is max HP, max attack, and I think 1 into speed, I thought, to be a faster fake out user. But based on looking at this, it looks like it's in special defense. Again, it's been so long, I don't remember. But it's knock off Flare Blitz, fake out, and protect instead of the normal parting shot. The reason for that is I struggle inside Trick Room. Obviously, my team is so fast, it gets outsped by everything in Trick Room. So being able to stall 1 turn of Trick Room could be the difference in the game. And that's why Miraidon specifically went Life Orb. Because the 1 turn in Trick Room that it can survive with Protect is really good. And I did run a little bit different kind of stuff on Incineroar here. So it's Terra Ghost, so it's immune to fighting and normal type moves. So like Fake Out and Close Combat was what I was really worried about. And it's holding the Clear Amulet. Because during testing, I would run like Citrus Berry was the only other item I even thought about using because I don't really need safety goggles with Miraidon shutting down Amoonguss. But I kept getting intimidated, and it never felt good. But yeah, I mean that's kind of it. It's just so I didn't get intimidated. But Incineroar did its job during the tournament. I actually think it probably, when I brought it, I won more often than I lost. It was probably my highest win-loss Mon. And then we got Urshifu, the GOAT. So Urshifu is max speed and max attack with the Choice Scarf. So with the speed that it has, because it's level 50, you can actually see the stats perfectly. It is 149 speed with Choice Scarf makes it 223, and 223 is just enough to outspeed the fastest restricted Mon, being Calyrex Shadow. Calyrex Shadow with max speed is 222. And Terra Water Surging Strikes 1 hits a Calyrex Shadow. So it was really between Urshifu and Chi-Yu for this slot. I almost went Chi-Yu, but the big reason I didn't is because of opposing. Grimmsnarl was really big in the tournament. There were a lot of Grimmsnarls. I don't even think I played one. I don't remember. But it would have been one light screen could have ended my entire day. It would have resisted all. The only physical attacker I would have had then would have been Incineroar, and it just wouldn't have done enough. So that's why I went with Urshifu. And I mean, Surging Strikes, being able to hit through Protect, Close Combat. I mean, what else can you ask for? Incineroar or Urshifu did its job. U-turn. I'm 99% sure I never clicked U-turn, and I knew I wouldn't. I don't know what it is. I just don't like U-turn as a move. And Aqua Jet, I definitely clicked a couple Aqua Jets. But yeah, Urshifu did its job for sure. I mean, just being able to outspeed everything is so nice. And then you got Clefairy. Clefairy was very easily the worst Pokemon that I brought. It's got Eviolite. It's also shiny, the only shiny Pokemon on my entire team. It's got Eviolite, which boosts its defense and special defense. And then the moveset, Follow Me, After You, Encore, and Heal Pulse. My whole reason behind Clefairy was in Trick Room, I would be able to use After You and have my Calyrex outspeed everything. Was basically the plan. It just, I don't know what it was during the tournament. I was always in bad spots with Clefairy. I never had a good time to send Clefairy out next to Calyrex or Miraidon or anyone that would have liked to be next to it in Trick Room. In practice, actually, my practice with Clefairy was maybe one Pokemon Showdown tournament. I think that was it. Maybe a couple matches on the Pokemon Showdown leaderboard or on like the ranked. That was it. I really just didn't do enough prep for this event. If I would have done more, I would have found out that Clefairy just wasn't right. It should have been Iron Hands. Or Farigiraf. One of those two. Is what it should have been. That would have been the best way to round out the team. But even still, Clefairy isn't a bad mon. Heal Pulse is a good move. Encore is a great move, especially because it's so slow. So if you can catch the person setting Trick Room, like if it's turn 1 and I have my like Calyrex and Incineroar in versus like Indeedee and his Calyrex, and he goes Trick Room plus Follow Me, and I knock off with Incineroar, kill Indeedee, and then switch to Clefairy, I can... The next turn, I can Encore his Calyrex into Trick Room, and he's got to turn it on and off. Which I actually think happened in one game that I still managed to lose. But, yeah. I mean, that's the team. Oh, he's max special defense, 4 into HP. Yeah, honestly, I don't think that it was the play. He's also not minimum speed that a Clefairy can be, as you can tell. I think you can tell. He should be slower. This just happened to be a shiny one that I caught, and it happened to be a speed that I didn't think that lowering its speed would matter, and it didn't. There was not once where I figured that the speed mattered that much. The speed difference mattered. It just didn't do what it should have. Alright, and now we'll start talking about the games while actually playing, or like this series that I remember. Because I do remember how the series went, and I do actually have the results on my phone of whether I won or lost, so I can go based on that. I mean, I did kind of know anyways. Alright. So, here, let me queue into a match with the team while talking about it. So, round 1, I played against oh man, what would I know? It's funny because I only remember 3 Pokemon because they were the only 3 that ever were important in the entire matchup. Apparently, I've played ranked this season. I don't know when I've done that, but I did. All right, so it was he had Calyrex Shadow. The 3 Pokemon I remember was Calyrex Shadow. He had Talonflame, and he had Qianpao. Those are the only 3 Pokemon I remember. I know that I remember his Calyrex had... His Calyrex was Life Orb with Terra Ghost. So I figured looking at that, I would be able to lead Whimsicott and Calyrex and just be able to win based on that, because I could just Terra Ghost and I would one-hit both his Talonflame and his Calyrex Shadow. Sorry, I am very bad at this. I don't have any notes, so I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head, and it just this is why it took me so long, because I knew that this would happen. But turn 1 of game 1, my first ever turn. It's his Calyrex Shadow and his Talonflame versus my Calyrex Shadow and my Whimsicott. The turn starts. He uses his Talonflame moves first. It uses Upper Hand, but it fails. Then my Whimsicott moves. Oh, actually, I Terra Ghosted at the start of the turn, didn't I? Sorry, I Terra Ghosted. That's what happened. I used Terra Ghost. And then he used Upper Hand. It failed. I used Tailwind on Whimsicott. And then my Calyrex one-hit both Talonflame and his Calyrex. And turn 2. I legitimately pretty sure I just click Astral Barrage and Moonblast and it to double up on his Qianpao. And it one-hit it. Game 2, I led Miraidon and Urshifu, expecting him to switch up his team, and he did. I'm pretty sure he led Qianpao, and I don't remember what his second Pokemon was. It was Qianpao and... Oh man, what was his second Pokemon? I don't remember. But I one-shot his Qianpao with Terra Water Surging Strikes, and then I basically just went on to win the game from there. The person that I played didn't end up going 0-3 and dropping out of the tournament then. So I won my first game. I went 1-0. Game 2. Again, I just don't remember the people's teams that I played. All I remember about Game 2, or Series 2, is that I played Swordfish, which is Kyogre and Zacian. And all I remember is that I lost terribly in Game 1. Like, I don't even think I picked up a single KO. But Game 2 was much better for me. Game 2, I got prediction. I just don't remember. I just know I won Game 2 and Game 3. I'm going to be honest. That's all I remember. That's literally all I remember. I wish I had more for you, but I mean, I'm sure he had Tornadus. But I really don't remember anything. And so I went up 2-0 after winning Game 2 and I was 2-0 after Game 2 and Game 3. So I'm sitting here 2-0 at my first ever event. I'm shocked, honestly. I really, like, my goal was to go 4-4, but I really didn't think that that was possible. Being that I didn't do, like, much prep. Hadn't really practiced with the team. You know, I had drove 20 hours. So I was just shocked at how well it was going. And then I made it to Game 3. Wow, that was a quick game there, honestly. I made it to Game 3, and I got absolutely destroyed. I don't remember his team specifically. I don't remember his restricteds, but I could guess that it was Calyrex Ice Rider and something else. I don't remember, actually. I really don't. But I know what he wanted to do. Or he had a Tail Room team. So he had like he had his Whimsicott. Basically all I remember is that Game 1, his Whimsicott Terra Darked on my Encore, and I lost. It went really poorly from there. That's about all I remember. And then Game 2, all I remember, I think Game 2, I tried to predict him, because I think what happened in Game 1 is that he Terra Darked and I Encored into him, and he Encored into me, and I didn't Terra Dark, and I just lost right then. In Game 2, I tried to Terra Dark and then not Encore into him, assuming that he was going to do the same to me, and he didn't Encore or Encore into me, so I just wasted my Terra. He actually, I think, Moonblasted into my Whimsicott, which basically killed it. It was just really bad. I got the read wrong in both games, and it destroyed me. But it was the only series the entire tournament that I felt like I legitimately got outplayed. It was that one and the first one were my two most one-sided matches in the entire tournament. Alright, so I was 2-1 after that. I was like, dang, okay, I had to go win 4 of my last 5 if I wanted to make it to day 2. Obviously, we know that didn't happen. So what happened next? So, I ate after round 3. I was hungry. It's a long day. So I ate some food, felt good, went to my round 4 matchup, realized I lost my sheet that I need to give to my opponent. So I'm panicking. I'm like, well, where could I have put it? I couldn't find it, so I had to go to the judges. They had to like get me an extra sheet just because, which I still have somewhere. My extra sheet, I kept it. I had a lot of fun. That's the important part. But it takes me forever to get all that stuff situated. So I finally make it. I just realized I was just clicking random buttons on my controller. I legitimately have no idea what's about to happen. Oh, bro, this is why I don't get this. This is why I don't play. I really wanted to Terra Ghost Astral and what's it called? Not Tailwind. Yeah, I protected. What did I do with my Whimsicott then? That's what I want to do. Fake tears. That's the move. Sorry, I am getting so distracted. But I played game 4 or round 4. I really don't actually remember any of it. Not at all. Alright, Whimsicott actually survives this. So I don't remember any of it at all. I just know that I win. If I can remember correctly, I lost game 1 and won game 2 and game 3. That's all I remember. So it's the second time I had lost game 1 and came back and won the final 2 games. So that felt really good. I was really happy with that. So I'm sitting here. I'm 3-1. I just got to win 3 of my last 4. And I'm like, okay, this is possible. I get into my next match. My opponent lost his team sheet. So this is back-to-back rounds where we've had problems with team sheets. So I go, he goes, he looks for it. He can't find it. So he has to go, he goes up and talks to the judges. He goes and gets one just the same like I did. It does literally the exact same thing that I had to do. So he goes, gets a new thing. By the time the 2 people next to us have already finished by the time he's back and we start game 1. He is using Psych Up Lugia Smeargle Muck. If you have played Smeargle Muck, you know why that's a problem. It was one of the... Game 1 was super easy. My Urshifu just KO'd everything. I don't know what it was. It just felt like, oh, and he calls me so right. Oh, no. This is bad. But this isn't terrible. I can follow me and then should be able to one-hit. No, I don't one-hit either of these Pokemon, though. That's the problem. Follow me. Astral Barrage. Alright, we should be good here still. I think, hopefully. But it's Smeargle Muck. Game 1, I absolutely dominate. I think I hit an Encore onto his Muck early. It doesn't do anything. My Urshifu one-hit Smeargle, and then next turn KO's Muck. Everything went really well. But Game 2 is one of the craziest games I ever played. You gotta remember, almost everybody's already finished because of how long this guy took to find his stuff. And it's just our second game. And it was the longest game of the day by probably triple anything I played. There was turn 1, he minimizes with Muck, and I killed his Smeargle. So he gets Moody onto his Muck. And it is literally the entire game is just his Muck sitting there. And then he finally gets his Lugia onto the field. And I'm like, oh no. Alright, we want to hit the Calyrex. We're actually in an interesting spot now. But he gets the Lugia on, and he gets the Psych Up off. And I am now down a lot. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm like panicking. I'm like... Sorry, I'm trying to see. If he sends in his Incineroar here, it could be a problem. Well, actually, no. He messed up. He needed to send out... I'm like 99% sure he needed to send out his... Okay. Follow me. Plus Astral. I think we're good. Basically, everything just sits there. The entire game. The entire game... I KO his other two Pokemon. So it's literally just Lugia and Mug. Both with infinite... Wow, that hurts. Wow, that hurts so bad. It's going to come down to a speed tie. On who wins this game. Because I can just discharge spam. But... It's literally whether or not, because by this time, he's used 6 minimizes, so I can't hit anything. It's literally all on whether or not my Miraidon hits Electro Drifts. And my Miraidon, with about 3 turns left before it's dead, gets the Electro Drift off that KOs Lugia, and I win the set 2-0. And I'm sitting here. I'm 4-1. All I gotta do is win 2 of my last 3. I win the 3 tie. That should be game. I'm 4-1. I'm like, I just gotta win 2 of my last 3. I get into my round 6 match, and it's against the only other Miraidon and Calyrex Shadow that I have seen. That I saw at the entire tournament, the entire time. I'm not gonna lie to you. And me and him have very similar team. We both have Whimsicott. Instead of Urshifu, he has Chi-Yu. And instead of Clefairy, he has Iron Hands. And I think he also had... I don't think he had... No, I think he did have Incineroar. I can't remember that. That's the only Pokemon I don't remember what he had. I know that game 1... I win based on the speed tie. It's literally my Miraidon versus his Miraidon, and my Miraidon moves first, and I just win from there. Game 2, looking really good. I have him exactly where I want him. His Calyrex is below half HP. It's a 3 versus 2. It's my Miraidon and my Incineroar looking at his Calyrex, and I don't remember what other Pokemon he had in the field. It was something slower than Miraidon. That's what I know. I think it was Iron Hands, and it was gonna die. It was my Incineroar was gonna outspeed it and KO it. And his Calyrex, my Miraidon is full HP, and my Incineroar is half HP. Both of them will survive, barring nothing crazy happens. And as long as I KO his Calyrex Shadow, I win the set and advance to 5-0. But I get crit. He crits my Miraidon with Astro Barrage, and it's an instant loss because I'm not targeting the Calyrex Shadow with my Incineroar. So the Calyrex survives, and I go on to lose the game. But it's not over. There's still game 3. We get to game 3. It's another really close match like game 1. It's going to come down to a speed tie. And it just doesn't go my way. And then, it happens. I'm still 4-2. All I have to do is win the last 2 matches. That's all I had to do. So I wasn't upset. I knew that I could bounce back. So I get to round 7. I'm playing a Koraidon. Man, I don't know what his other restricted was. Maybe Calyrex Ice Rider? Maybe, but I don't think so. I honestly, maybe it was like Lunala. But I know game 1 I lead Calyrex Shadow, Whimsicott, he leads Koraidon, Fluttermane. My Calyrex Whimsicott lead absolutely destroys that lead, and I just win the game from there. Game 2, I'm pretty sure I switched up my lead. And maybe I kept the same lead. I think I kept the same lead. And he went with like his trick room mode that he has. And it absolutely bopped me. I got absolutely destroyed by it. And I wasn't that upset about it. I was like, you know, it happens. I'm not that worried. I'm like, we go into game 3. Game 3, this is it. If I lose, I'm out. If I win, I have a chance in the final round of the day. I'm sitting here in the last round, or in the last game. I have to switch up my lead, expecting him to keep the same lead. The match loads. I send out Miraidon and Incineroar. I don't remember what I was expecting him to have. I really don't. And he sends out Koraidon and Fluttermane. And my heart just sinks. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that with the two that I send out. I fake out into, I click fake out into Koraidon and Terra Electric Discharge, praying that it goes well for me. I wasn't ready for what was about to happen next, though. Wow. It doesn't even get me the sash. Sorry, that was kind of crazy to me. I click Fake Out into the Koraidon Terra Electric Discharge. His Fluttermane uses Icy Wind to lower my speeds. His Koraidon doesn't move. And... no, sorry, I didn't Fake Out, actually, did I? What did I do? I don't think he faked out. Maybe... man, I just don't remember what he did, honestly. I don't remember what I did with my Incineroar, but basically, Icy Wind plus Discharge. Maybe it was Fake Out into a Protect, is what happened. That sounds about right. But it was all for naught because he clicks the Icy Wind plus the Terra Electric Discharge KOs my own Incineroar, and it's just over. Yeah, it's kind of what I figured. And then he's gonna use Protect, and then I can After You plus Astral Barrage. But that's actually not what I'm gonna click here. I'm actually gonna protect my Calyrex and then Encore his Frigoraph, making it a 1v2. Alright. And yeah, I just lose from there, and that's it. I'm sitting here. I'm 4-2 or 4-3 now. I'm eliminated. But there is actually a reason to play the next round. If I win the next round, I still get like packs. So I'm like, all right, why not? Oh no, I think I just sold. Why would I not just Encore into the... wow. Wow, that was so dumb. Why didn't I just Encore to the Calyrex? Okay, I need my Clefairy to live this. It should. Helping Hand. Non-boosted. Yeah, okay. We're good still. We should still be good. But yeah, that was it. I lost. Honestly, I really don't remember the last series at all. Except for the last game and the last 3 turns. The last 3 turns, it is my Calyrex versus... or, no, not my Calyrex. It's my Miraidon in a 1 vs 3. To win, I basically needed to hit 3 Draco Meteors. And it hits all 3 to win the game and win the series. Yeah, I think I just lost this. This is actually crazy that I lost this. I'm actually so upset at myself. Never in a million years should I have lost this game. I'm just too focused on talking. But yeah, that was it. I finished 5-3 in a game 3. I believe I lost game 1 there too. I mean, I won game 1. So that means in most of my series, the person who won game 1 lost the last game. And honestly, wasn't even really that close. Do I have any way to win this? How many turns of Trick Room are left? Two turns of Trick Room? I just don't think there's anything I can do, because I can't even fake tears. Alright, I guess I just attempt to KO the Calyrex. It won't even KO the Calyrex. But yeah, that was it. That was my tournament. I went 5-3. I was still very happy with how it went, even though I was so close. I just needed either the speed tie. Oh, actually, yeah, I kind of sold my of what happened, because I completely forgot to mention that in the round 7 match, the one where I lost by KOing my own Miraidon, that the game after winning game 1, game 2 was a speed tie, literally in a 1v1 between Miraidon and Crydon. I have no way of winning this, correct? I'm worried that if I attempt to double protect, he clicks Trick Room plus Trick Room. Are the people... Wait, no, because he's still Encored this turn, correct? Yeah, he's still Encored this turn, so never mind. I have to go for the double protect. But yeah, I did really bad at explaining this. I did really bad at playing the game here. Unfortunately, I'm worried if an Encore was 1 turn longer. No, I actually need to KO the Frigoraph this turn, because he's going to protect and then just use Trick Room. Is it worth just clicking Discharge and praying for it? But I need to kill the Frigoraph. I can't... But I don't think Draco kills. I mean, Draco's a stronger move. Yeah. Okay, I got the Protect right. If this doesn't KO, then I had to go... It won't. I don't even think it KO'd an electric... Oh, it would have KO'd an electric terrain. Man, that sucks. Alright. Well, that's gonna do it, basically. I lose the game. But the team was fun. There were definitely some changes I would have made. Definitely I would have swapped Clefairy for Iron Hands. It would have came in... It would have been better. But, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm still very happy with how the tournament went. 5-3, even 3 months later. As much as I enjoyed seeing family up there, it was just fun. Everything was fun. But that's gonna do it. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. If not, don't. I hope to go to more regionals this year, maybe, and I hope to make more videos, because it's been even longer than that since I've uploaded a video. 4 months probably, at least. Alright, have a good rest of your day, and peace.